Hello friends, family and other creatures of the sea, and welcome back to another high-level game of StarCraft 2. Today we have a TVT between Dream and ByuN. Here in the bottom right spawning as our blue Terran is going to be Dream, and in the top left that means that ByuN is left playing in the red trunks. Exciting stuff to start the day with here, as double gas for both players. That means that if we're going to be seeing some aggression, this will be the time that we will see it. Double gas indicates a faster factory, a higher count of initial Reapers, and thus often more aggression. Lately, I have to admit, some of the Terran players have been trying to kill the early game though, and professionally take it down. The way they do it is by adding in a Widow Mine or a very fast Cyclone, just playing that defensive style. The most fun, in my opinion, TVT is when both players just kind of butt their heads against one another until one of them has enough brain damage and the other one is the victor. And that is, at least in my opinion, is the most fun Terran versus Terran stuff to watch. It's like just two guys building 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions in the middle of the map. You accidentally move command for a millisecond and you lose the game. That is exciting and it's cool to watch. It can be a little frustrating to play at times though, of course. So it explains why we've seen these Terran players just kind of default to more defensive styles, still with the initial double gas. We saw ByuN actually scouting on his side of the map behind his mineral line, so just making sure that he isn't being proxied in any weird location. Dream, on the other hand, despite not scouting whatsoever, is going to send in this Reaper straight away, will go in towards the main base even, but this depot will help for ByuN spotting that. Oh, look at that! What a trick! Man, Dream is extremely crazy. This guy loves it. Oh, wow. He literally just... He surrounded a Reaper, but he was alone. It's the one-man surround. Just shot him in the back. Now this Reaper needs to run for its life. Second Reaper is on the way for Dream as well. This is turning into a very exciting early game here. Oh, Dream is going to catch this still somewhat damaged Reaper. Now 2 versus 1. It's going to be 2 on 2. High ground advantage will be for Dream over here. Ooh. Starts fighting, takes out 1 Reaper, loses 1 Reaper, and I think, well, with the help of the Hellion actually, ByuN might be the one losing this Reaper. No, Hellion's also going to be showing up. Reaper goes down on the side of Dream. A lot of damage on this Hellion as well. One more shot is not going to happen. Perhaps when the ramp, the angle of the ramp sometimes can make the difference. Ooh, second car shows up. And this is the chase of a lifetime. High ground shot, no raise on the depot. That means we get a trade in Hellions. I think there was time to raise the depot here, quite honestly. But Dream did not do that. What an insane first 3 minutes of this game. Brilliant TVT to watch. Now we have that mine. It's going to cut the aggression a little bit. The mine will probably also take out the Hellion. We'll see how careful Dream is going to be. So far, he's been playing some of the high-risk, low-reward Terran versus Terran that I love so much. Take a lot of risk, and even if they do succeed, all that really ends up happening is you kill an extra Reaper, while if you don't succeed, you lose all of your units. That is exciting Terran versus Terran, and that's what we're seeing here coming out of Dream. ByuN with the mine is kind of killing the game a little bit, in my opinion. At the same time, he's gonna go for, I think this is a 6 Marine drop. Yep, there we go, boost across the map. So, wants to pretend to be safe at home, but in reality only has a single mine. Cyclone at home, Raven most likely. Yep, here we go. We have a Viking start for Dream, so a different first starport unit. We'll follow it up with a Raven, however, and we see relatively mirrored scenarios. So rather than having a medevac first, it's a Viking, and I think usually the defensive player, if the units are in position, will get the better trade deal in this type of scenario. Boost in, saw the Cyclone and immediately flies away. I don't think Dream even was aware that something happened there on the minimap. Wouldn't surprise me if he didn't see it. First Ravens are about to pop as the tanks are out as well. CC goes down for Dream. ByuN still waiting with that. It's always interesting to see the difference in CC timing. And there's some serious trade-offs that are being made there. So you can see that there's currently only 6 Marines here for Dream, while there's 10 for ByuN. Now that is not because ByuN is better at macroing and is hitting his cycles of production better. No, it is because Dream started cutting Marines kind of early. Rather than cutting workers, you often cut Marines to afford structures, whether that is going to be extra barracks, extra command centers, e-base or whatever. And in that way you can kind of see what the plan of the player is. ByuN decided to not cut Marines for a while, wait till he had better eco, and as a result now has 6 Marines extra, and he believes that he can build the command center on location. So it's a trade-off here. More Marines earlier in the game, later command center, but command center on the 3rd location because you feel like you have more control of the map. And this is a really important concept to remember in TVT. This is not because Dream remembered to build his 3rd command center faster or because ByuN has better Marine production. No, these are conscious decisions that are being made, and there are certain trade-offs kind of involved with those decisions, and it's important to notice these as well. So if I were to guess, that ByuN is going to be the first player to be aggressive here because he has a slightly higher Marine count, or he just really wanted that command center on location. You see that in the end, the difference is very small. Like it's 10 seconds or so on that command center. But if ByuN does nothing here, he is just going to be, I guess, a little behind. I think 1 worker might have been produced from this as well. But it's really minimal stuff. First 2 Vikings as well out here right now for ByuN. We have 3 Vikings on the side of Dream, of course, rather than getting that initial medevac opened up with that initial Viking. This medevac is patrolling the dead space, is making sure that... I'm not quite sure what this is. I'm not sure if this is an island or a giant Protoss capital ship. It seems like it's... I think it's like a capital ship that has like small little... I think these are Corsair skins that are over here. Beautiful. What is this? There's some kind of temple. It's where the Protoss gods come to pray. To the even bigger Protoss gods. ByuN has managed to establish some form of map vision here. Watchtower in the middle. We see that left side Marine as well. As both players continue building more and more Vikings. Dream is kind of... He's building the loser circle of vision, you know? If you're real cool, you just take the entire map, you know, you split the map in half with your vision basically, because Dream is afraid of moving out. It's like, all right, gonna get a depot about 5 inches away from my 3rd base, and we'll have a Marine over here. It's like a way more defensive approach to the matchup than what we see ByuN do over here. ByuN he's kind of cutting this map in half, and the moment he sees something, he'll probably move there to try and fight. ByuN's a player that's very comfortable in these fights as well, that likes to trade, likes to micro his units. And so far we haven't seen too much of that yet, except for the first 3-4 minutes, which are rather exciting. We've now, we're kind of dulling down the game. Viking count slightly in favor of Dream here, 8 Vikings against 6. Raven count is eerily similar, as the Watchtower remains in control of ByuN over here. Ooh, small move forward. Marines need to move back. Couple of big pot shots. As this Cyclone is also getting a couple of shots on the air units. One of the Ravens rather low right now. We have a 6 Marine run by on the left side. We have a medevac with 8 Marines in it, still capable of going in towards the natural. There is a turret ready. 2 Vikings as well as 4 Marines, and this is going to absolutely get taken out here. No chance. These tanks actually get left alone for a little bit. Scary seconds there for Dream. Immediately realized and started moving back though. Marine count now in favor of Dream, who starts pushing forward, not in range of anything. Is going to deny ByuN's Watchtower control though. And that is a big deal. Ooh. Is ByuN actually planning on attacking into this? No way, right? No, ByuN is planning on giving up this position for now. Loses 1 Raven, wastes a decent chunk of energy as well. Fort base going up on location for Dream. Fort base already finished on location for ByuN. Barracks 4 and 5 finish up at the same time, and we don't see a factory quite yet. Second factory, that is. Well, that's already the case for Dream. Dream also opting to go into a fast double starport. So wanting to go into that true air control here. Slowly but surely pushing forward with the air superiority. Sensor towers, of course, will help out greatly here for ByuN. Oh, that's a couple of big shots. Ravens going to get targeted down there. Anti-armor missile will hit. A couple of Marines get taken out. We see ByuN still looking for damage on these opposing Vikings. Will not quite work out. Planetary already done here on the top side. This also turns into a planetary. As we technically still have somewhat of a mirror here. Almost 11 minutes into the game. Dream with the map control on Pride of Altaris. ByuN says, ooh. Alrighty. Alrighty. A quadruple drop. Wait, where's he going? Did you just rally that back? Okay, he's going to send it towards the far left side right now. There is a significant timing window in which there are practically no Marines whatsoever at home. And if we get a single good scan, like this one, I think Dream can figure it out. I think Dream has figured it out, actually. Oh, move forward here with the Marines. Couple of big pot shots. These medevacs still moving around on the map. There's not that much at home, though. So if these medevacs do end up getting towards the other side of the map, Dream might be in a little bit of trouble. 2 more tanks are on the way, so are 2 more Ravens, but the Marine count is the real issue here. Depot spotted this. I don't think that Dream saw it. Oh no, this turret is in position. It's going to get a couple of decent shots on this medevac. One medevac is very far in the red, but will survive. There's the possibility of perhaps taking out these E-base before 2-2 finishes, but that is not what ByuN is here to do. ByuN is here to kill tanks, Marines, and Vikings. 4 Vikings are going to get taken out. Perhaps a Raven can get killed as well. No tanks anymore here defensively. That means that these Marines most likely are just going to win the fight. As it is 2-2 against 2-2. Viking control right now completely shifting in favor of ByuN. Fantastic battle. 11 workers have also gone down on the side of Dream. And his brilliant 4 medevac counterattack with a, 32 Marines actually ends up dealing a crap ton of damage. Viking War gets won here by the Red Terran player. Raven count is in favor, however, of Dream. Viking count actually also even at this point. Liberator production. Okay, so we see an alternate approach here. An alternative approach. And this is usually the approach we see when someone is up a lot in Vikings. If you have like... Ooh, I like this drop. I love this drop. Look at that. 2 tanks, 3 tanks. Can we take them all out? 3 tanks going to get taken out. 4 tanks will eventually die. That was definitely worth the Marines. This position is extremely weak right now. And we see Dream piss off. Can we get a stim? Yes. 1 tank in the back gets sniped. 2nd tank in the back gets sniped. These Marines will die against the other Marines. Secondary stim though. More Marines moving in, moving forward right now. You see a low ground tank siege. Oh, flank here on the Marines on the top side as well. ByuN will get pushed back. Viking superiority heavily in favor of the blue Terran player as Dream finishes up his vehicle weapons level 2 against the mere +1 of ByuN. ByuN also not getting +3 attack, is only getting the armor. That is a mistake, not a decision. Multiple orbital commands already done. 5th base in position. ByuN is up in supply. ByuN is up in bases as well already, but he's going to be down in upgrades. And I don't necessarily like his army as much. Yes, he's way up in the tank count, but the fact that there is no air superiority is a real issue. This is a good fight though. The Marines moving forward right now. Tanks will continue fighting one another. The Viking lead is just so big. Nothing that ByuN can do against this type of play. Vikings actually will end up landing here. 2 Vikings give their life for the Dominion. It doesn't actually pay off as these tanks manage to stay alive. Oop. 2 more tanks do get killed. Here comes a 7 Marine drop. It's not actually going to finish up. 5th base is in position right now for Dream. Did that fly from somewhere? No, it didn't. What is this? Liberator ended up killing 5 workers. I guess at the 3rd base will get pushed back by a Liberator right now. Another tank will get taken out. Maybe? Maybe yes, maybe no. What's the answer? I don't know. 7 Vikings still against only a single Liberator as the solo air unit here for ByuN. It's probably going to get taken out as it's being F2'd back home currently. +3 attack on the way. I think ByuN is actually in a little bit of trouble here. Just does not have enough air units. Is up in worker count as well. And don't forget that this base is super vulnerable right now. It's no planetary, which means that a single Marine drop, well, not just a single Marine, but a single medevac 8 Marine drop could deal some big damage, taking out, what, 7-8 workers? Maybe even forcing it to lift. Well, at the same time, this type of drop is just not good enough. Like, what are you gonna do? Fly in a turret, walk into a planetary? Not a brilliant plan. Let's face it. You're gonna need some tanks here. You need to really dedicate more resources. You need to dedicate more army to a position like that. And here we see ByuN moving in right now. These are just Marines. We'll take out the Watchtower. Sensor Tower. Apologies. We'll lose this fight. And this is just a dangerous position. I wouldn't even mind if Dream just parks a tank here and says, hey, I need some type of defense. A tank, a couple of turrets will help so much. Because it's so darn easy to siege a position like this. Just to attack a position like this. Matter of fact, with 8 Marines, heads in towards the main base. We'll end up killing a couple of extra workers. Dream, however, had rebuilt some of these workers, so seems to be in a fine position. Uh-oh. ByuN once again, going for a little stroll. Thor is on the way. We have 16 tanks out. Right side base completely undefended, though. Oh, that's not true. There's a single tank there. Plenty of Ravens with interference matrix. Here we go. First tank gets interference matrix. Tanks from the... Oh, that's very far away, actually. Can't believe that was in range. That's pretty crazy. I think it still is in range, by the way. I just don't think there's vision right now. We're gonna need a scan. Look at that! ByuN, we're gonna need a scan right now. Oh, this is huge. It's kind of painful. At the same time, though, there's a big army here over at the, well, the third base of Dream. So we're getting a semi-base trade. Single tank still shooting at this planetary. SCVs could probably surround it and kill it. Maybe not something that they want to risk their life for. I could understand that. I'm sympathetic. I have empathy. Compassionate as well. What else is going on? Viking count right now in favor of ByuN. 6 Ravens though. Oi, 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 oi. Ravens are tricky to deal with. One Viking is going to get taken out by a turret. Triple tank will continue shooting on this planetary. It's costing a lot of money, obviously, to continuously repair that. That's the one thing that ByuN has plenty of. Money. He has a lot of cash in the bank right now. Middle is going to get busted. With that single Thor here, that could definitely turn the air battle in favor of ByuN. If that Thor gets a couple of shots off, it's always huge. It really is. 10 of ByuN's workers do end up falling here. Both of the right side bases get taken out. So currently we're 4 base against 4 base. But these bases for Dream are slightly newer. Dream also starts expanding towards the very far top side. Right now building this command center out of position. ByuN is looking to do something here. 5 tanks on the bottom side, completely exposed. In danger of dying, especially with the Raven squad around. Don't forget, however, when something like this happens, this gives an opportunity elsewhere for ByuN. The question is, will ByuN see an opportunity elsewhere? Does he believe that there is an opportunity elsewhere? It seems like the answer is no. He says there is an opportunity here, actually. Tanks are going to get unsieged. Lots of Marines stimming in right now. Tanks sieging up in the far back. Anti-armor missile gets used as well. Vikings taking out a lot of these Ravens. Air control in firm control of ByuN currently. 12 Vikings against 5 anti-armor missile is not helping out, though. Liberator's going to siege up. Will get taken out. Tanks unsieged. Going in for a flank. And we'll actually walk into a couple of big sieged tank shots, as well as these Marines that stim in. There's still 3 tanks here on the top side as well. This command center is maybe even going to get taken out. There's almost no Marines available right now here for, well, either player, quite honestly. No medevacs whatsoever for ByuN either, so every stim hurts a lot. No medic on the field no more. Single tank over here holding down the fort over there. Oh, we're gonna need just a single Liberator would be so huge right now. Here come the Vikings, will land. No planetary being here is really, really bad at this point for Dream. Because that means that a couple of units can completely deny this base. 3 tanks, when sieged up, are just not good enough. 6 workers going down, 7 workers going down. Base is forced to live. At the same time, this base turning once again into an orbital as well. And it currently is, well, 5 bases here for ByuN against, well, what is this? Like 1 base. So there's 1 base mining right now. Well, we have two bases for ByuN. So 2 against 1. Still going to double the income. And every single minute, that means about, what, 8, 9, maybe even, no, way more. We're like 10, 12 Marines a minute extra for ByuN. And as long as the tank count is high for Dream, that is not the end of the world. As long as the Raven and Viking count is good enough, it also isn't the end of the world. But the moment you're getting these pure Marine versus Marine battles and your opponent has 20 more Marines, yeah, that's a big deal. At the same time, we see bad move there out of ByuN. Still needs to be careful. Army supply is extremely equal. And it's 7 Vikings against 7 Ravens. Now, over a longer period of time, the Vikings are going to win. But in a direct engagement, these Ravens are going to be super useful. Uh-oh, here we get a big siege up. Couple of interference matrices can be cast. 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I see. But this is definitely win here for ByuN. At the same time, Marines start taking out a couple of Vikings on the far right side of the map as well. Oh, man. I really thought that this game was turning a little dull in the early stages of the mid-game. But boy, was I wrong. Big stim in here out of ByuN as well. We'll take out a lot of these tanks. A couple of big auto turrets land. These Vikings move in. Ooh, this tank position actually is going to get completely destroyed at this point. Vikings rule the skies at this point. Can we get a landing here? Do we have the upgrade? No. We do not have the smart servals that allows them to land quicker. Would be extremely useful here, honestly. Ooh. A single tank siege up. I think that tank is going to die. There's not enough Marines to assist here. Vikings are great, but they're not great on the ground, honestly. That's a dead tank. That is a dead tank. Poof! Nice shot, man. Yeah, a hidden sniper tank over there, hidden in the bushes. ByuN is aware of the fact that there's a gold base mining over here. He's not aware of this bottom base, though. Probably also doesn't know that there's a base burning out here. Also have a feeling that Dream might have forgotten about it. Overall, these past few fights have been very favorable for ByuN. Raven count has decreased an insane amount. Liberators are now being constructed, and the Liberator will be a great siege breaker. Ooh, don't think you can do that. Marines not quite in position. One tank almost gets taken out. No way. No way you can do that, buddy. There is no way. And because there's air control right now for ByuN, what is this? That often also means that this type of moves can happen. Puff! And another one. Dish! And another one? Oh, one more shot. Pretty big move here, completely breaking this siege line. Marines drop out of the medevac. There's a lot of Marines up here, by the way. More tanks coming in as well. But this base is toast. This base needs to live right now. I do not believe that Dream can hold this. GG gets called. Does not believe he can hold it either, as ByuN wins this game on Pride of All Towers. A fantastic TVT once again. These TVTs have been getting way more entertaining in the later stages of the game lately. It seems like a lot of high-level Terrans kind of figured out how to break these boring siege lines, kind of play around it. And even on a map with a Watchtower like Pride of All Towers, it's impressive to see ByuN do that. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see all of you next time for a new video. Thank you, and bye-bye.